What's going on, everybody? I'm excited to be here with you, Luther, on this cold night in Chicago.
Cold night in Chicago.
Yes, it's winter, and it is officially here. Well, it ain't really winter yet, according to the calendar, but it's cold. We got on long sleeve. We got on short sleeve. I'm always cold anyway. So
There you go. Well, that also lets you know that we in the cold, so we up north, so
yeah,
it's all good.
yeah.
So we come to you for the first time to get this situation set up. So we're gonna be coming to you more. So the name of our show is called
Let's talk about it. Luther is running off. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about some things, right, Luther? We're talking about what relationships. Tell us what. Let's talk about it. It's a concept that you and I came up with. To get some things conversations that we have all the time anyway.
Yeah, we have a ton of conversations.
All the time.
Especially about relationships and the state of relationships. One of the biggest things I could say that we see from a state of relationships is people not getting in them.
They not even getting in them. And for people that don't know who we are, let's just do a quick introduction. I am Samantha Lampkin, formerly Samantha Thomas. I'm Samantha Lampkin now. I've been Samantha Lampkin almost a year. It'll be a year in February. Wow. So it's 10 months you and I have been married, Luther. You can't see my phone. Oh, wait. It's been 10 months that we've been married. We met in 2020. So I'm a married couple. Well, ups and downs, but all in all, I am happy to be in the covenant of marriage. I knew that I always wanted to be married, and I'm glad that Luther and I met 4 years ago, actually. And we decided to get married earlier this year, February 3rd, 2024. We got engaged May 2023, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's us. Loving couple. And that's what we do.
That's what we do?
We be married.
We be married. Okay. All right.
Who are you?
I mean, I'll get to it if we stop front. Exactly. My point is that this is what marriage really is like. A whole bunch of stuff that you gotta unlearn and correct and go through all this type of stuff. So for me, formerly my name is Luther Lampkin. I am formerly from Detroit. Now I am in Chicago here as an architect, and I met this young lady at a get together, which we don't have anymore.
Right.
And we happen to be going in there together.
Yeah.
I happen to be on a date with somebody else.
I didn't know he was on a date.
Okay.
But my pictures, because I like to take photos, I like videos and I like document things and events. But I saw he was on a date later. Yeah, because he was macking somebody down in the corner.
Hey.
But he saw. And he knew.
Yeah. Luckily, that was just a date.
Yeah. Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. And I said I saw what I wanted, and I went after it.
Yeah.
And then I think on our first or second date, I said I'll shut it all down for you.
What did you say?
I said I'll shut it all down.
You say, and then when he said I'll shut it all down for you, I was like, shut what down? That for who? Shut what down? That's because, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't even receive a gentleman telling me that he'll shut it all down for me, meaning that he was into me. And this was early on, probably like the second, third phone call. I thought something was wrong with him.
Man. And that's the even worse part about it.
Thought he was moving too fast.
You know what? That's called moving with intention.
There it is. Yeah. Some of us don't even know what intention is. And I think as we dive deep into conversations that we're going to have, as we talk about it is a myriad of things. Intention is one of them. And I know a lot of us date, Luther. Yeah. And what you said earlier is that many of us aren't even getting into relationships because many of us are not intentional about relationships. And I talk to my female counterparts. I'll be speaking a lot from the female perspective.
And I'll be speaking from the male perspective.
Right. I mention the word intention because it does not take long for you to know, ladies, if a man is intentional about you. If he's intentional, you gonna know on the dough.
For sure.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, no, we definitely know. We go tell our boys after the first day, like, hey, man, I think I found the one. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we have now been incubated with hookup culture.
Right.
And so now everybody want to be non-committal.
Mm.
And so non-committal bring non-committal relationships and everything in between.
And when you think about that, that's where a lot of us are. And I often tell my friends when you ask the question, so ask me, Luther, just do we want to do an example? Okay. Are you looking for a relationship? I want you to ask me that. I'm going to give the answer to what I hear a lot of women say. And I'm going to tell them what I tell them when they say this. Go ahead.
Are you looking for anybody?
Well, whatever happens, happens. I'm just trying to, because I don't want to put too much into, like, whatever happens, happens. You and I, we just met. So, and when I hear women say that, you know what I say? That's why you keep getting whatever happens men.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely are.
You gonna keep attracting whatever you say out your mouth is what you're gonna attract.
100%.
Versus, what are you looking for? Ask me again.
Are you looking for anybody?
I actually am. I'm looking to date somebody with intention, and I'm really ready for a solid relationship with someone who is serious about me. Most of us think if we say that, though, that we're going to scare the man away. And if you scare him away, he ain't it.
Yeah, you want to scare the pretenders
away.
Scare him.
Yeah, okay.
You want to scare the pretenders away. I want to say that. You want to scare the pretenders away.
Right.
So, and I don't know why we so worried about offending somebody. We are so worried about being in this offensive culture, and it's like, man, listen to me. If you're serious, you be serious.
Right.
If you playing, play.
And that's the thing. But see, we don't want, a lot of us have a fear of being alone. And so what happens with the fear of being alone, you'll take what somebody gives you. And other than that, you taking what they give you, it don't work, because you often find yourself just with anything. And
100%.
So as we continue to talk about conversations, I want y'all to be more intentional about what you're doing. Many of us, we say we don't want a relationship. Yes, we do. And the time we realize, Luther, now, when it's cold outside, y'all know you freezing by yourself in that big old bed. Some of y'all got a California king. Who it? Ain't you ain't got no queen?
What a dog.
Well, ooh, the ladies, majority of the ladies. Some brothers got a dog too. But y'all in them California king size beds, no king, queen.
Nope.
You got your queen size bed, no king.
They're independently single.
Yes.
One of the biggest things that we want to do, we didn't even mention what the name of the actual show is going to be, so we should do that.
Right.
So the name of the show is called Let's Talk About
We
It.
did mention it. We did in the beginning early. That's why I said it is a myriad of things we're going to talk about. Let's talk about it.
So that's a catchphrase.
Yeah.
And the reason that we said let's talk about it is we got a lot of things going on in the Black community.
Right.
And we got to figure this stuff out. And we got to stop waiting for everybody else to figure our mess out. It's time for us to figure our own stuff out.
You think we ready for that?
Well, we saw with Kevin Samuels. We know they ain't ready for it.
We think we're ready for it until we actually talk about the things. And I think what happens with a lot of, like I said, I'll be speaking more from the women's perspective. We're so used to hearing things like, be successful. You got to do this. You got to thrive. That if somebody tells us, and we're built to know all of this stuff all of our lives. We are built up. So when somebody tells us anything different, it's a what? Who? You upset.
But here's the thing. What is success, though? I mean, I think that's the problem. We keep thinking that success is career.
Yeah.
That is not success, ladies. Success is a family. The thing that God put us on the earth to do. Okay.
What about, I don't want no kids. Yes, you did. You waited.
Yeah, you waited too long and the clock ran out.
Some of this stuff, it might hurt you. I used to say this. I had a radio show before. Shout out to my listeners and everybody who asked what was next. Sometimes we may say things that hurt, but it has to heal you. It might hurt you, but it's going to heal you. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, look, anything that's worth having, just like our career, it didn't come easy.
Right.
So it didn't come easy, but you know what? It took some work. So we got to start doing the same thing in relationships. We are good at everything else. We good at organizations. We're good at all these other things, but we are not good in relationships. Why are we not good in relationships?
We don't make it a priority. I think we make it a priority for certain things in relationships, i.e. children, i.e., it could depend on what it is. Many of us have children without being married, and things happen in life. And I'm not here to duty on anybody's situation, but
Duty.
yeah, you could, because I'm not trying to say the word, but it's the start S situation of the word start with S. I ain't here to S on nobody's situation, but as we talk more about different topics, hopefully we can open your eyes to a different perspective of what many of us say we don't want, but deep down we really do. Everybody craves the affection and attention of another person. Like I said, especially in this winter, them
getting cold outside.
Them heated blankets ain't gonna help you that much. And everybody on the social media, they got the matching pajamas sets. You ain't got a matching pajama.
No, but you know what? I'm tired of social media because there's a lot of fronting going on social media. There's a lot of fronting.
That's the front city.
It is front city. It's like going to college and don't nobody know your name, and all of a sudden you trying to recreate something that you never was.
Oh, knowing good and well around the block, they used to be laughing at you. Now you want to come to campus and
now you mix the big
persona.
Stuff. I mean, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
But one of the biggest things that we wanted to also talk about too is that
you can't filter your life though in person.
No, you can't.
You can filter your photos, but you can't filter your life. Folks see it.
But they be trying.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Luther. You said one of the things we're going to talk about is what?
One of the things we want to talk about is that the perspectives that we're coming from.
Yeah.
The perspectives that we're coming from are young Black professionals and non-professionals and trying to figure out why. Now, for us, we got married and we still, have our struggles up and down, but we understand that we're better and stronger together.
Absolutely.
Than we are by ourselves. So with that being said, all of the people that we're around, they're just constantly struggling. Every time we go out somewhere, we always run into conversations. And it, what do I need to do? What am I missing? Why can't I find nobody? Why
Absolutely.
Why is there such a shortage?
Ain't no good men, ain't no good women, ain't nobody out here. Yes, it is.
So you know what? You
just keep dating the same person.
Well, they're dating the same person because they ain't realizing that the person that they're dating, they're attracting. And whatever you think is a vibration that you send out into the world. And so that vibration that you send out, so if you got, desperate on your forehead, they gonna see it.
It's like
even with even with those big old sunglasses, they gonna see it.
Get off the big sunglasses. I like big sunglasses.
I'm just saying, it's hard for us to make eye contact when the glasses.
I don't want you to look at me. Now, let me quit. That's how, but ladies, those are the signals you sending now. Like, don't look at me. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone. Or you are giving off thirsty, bursty. Like,
man.
I be seeing some of the stuff on social media. Yeah, it's like what's the happy medium?
There ain't no happy medium. And I think that's what we need to start understanding. There ain't no happy medium. Either you going to be on this side, just like Cat Williams said. Either you going to be on this side or you going to be on the other side. And so we got to start making sure that people are on the other side, the side that's winning. And the side that is together.
To some people, they don't feel like being in a relationship is winning. I don't have to be with somebody. You know what? I'm going to say this to those people. If you're that person, then this content ain't for you.
100%.
This content is not for you if that's you. If you already coming into it with that mindset, but I bet you I know what you're going to do. You're going to keep listening because that's what people do. They're not talking about what I'm talking. I don't need anybody. Yes, you do.
Yes, too.
Or again, if you feel like this content is not for you, then please, by all means, just go to another place. I done hit the pole. Things happen, but hey, you gotta keep it real. The content may not be for you, and it's okay. But I bet you're gonna listen.
Bet you're gonna listen. And here's the thing: we have to stop running. We all need help. We all need help. I don't know why we keep acting like we don't, but we all need help.
We do.
So look, we ain't gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this nice, short, and sweet. So when we said that, let's talk about it. One of the things we're gonna talk about in this episode, building from scratch. We consistently are building from scratch. I don't know why we are always building from scratch, but we do. Excuse me, sweetheart.
Yes, I was going to try to play a little jingle behind me.
No, we don't need jingles. We need to be focused because you're actually looking down.
Okay, I was going to play a jingle.
No, we don't need a jingle.
An instrumental.
Nope, don't need instrumentals. Thank you. Bless our heart. All right. So we want to talk about building from scratch.
Yes.
Why? And we're going to talk about building from scratch from relationships, finances. Why do we consistently want to build from scratch as a Black culture when it comes to family and relationships?
Okay, so break that down, building from scratch. Like always starting from ground zero?
I always start from ground zero.
Instead of building upon a legacy?
100%.
A legacy of love, a legacy of what you saw your parents may have done?
Correct.
Well,
because we love the struggle Olympics.
I ain't trying to, struggle love is like a popular thing to somebody. Like, you gotta, I want somebody that's with me through the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta put them through the trenches.
100%. I'm getting a little feedback, sweetheart.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just a little.
Getting a little feedback, right?
Okay. Well, there it is. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
Works for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think my phone was ringing. It was. That was probably my phone ringing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oops. Should have put it on Do Not DND.
No, we ain't doing that.
I can't hear your mic.
You say you can't hear my mic?
I cannot.
Can you hear my mic now?
No.
No? No, you can't hear my mic?
You can hear me though, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. Keep talking as you doing that.
Testing.
There you go.
All right, test them. Okay.
Turn it up a little more.
Testing.
Even better.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, you were low. That's why I gave you a note on a notepad.
Okay, so what we're basically saying is we should have did a little mic check beforehand.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because mine sounds real clear, and I'm talking, I did a mic check.
Yes, she did. She did a mic check, and I didn't, because I was over here trying to be the producer, so forgive me.
Trying to be in the video, trying to be the producer, trying to be the microphone, trying to be here. Anyway.
So why are we so concerned of starting from scratch?
I don't think we even concerned. I think we just inherently do it.
So we inherently do it. So basically what you're trying to say is, so from where does that start though? From our grandparents? Where does that start? From our parents? Where does that whole, I can do bad all by myself type of mentality start from?
I think it comes from how you don't want to struggle the way you feel like your parents did. Okay. I can speak from my personal experience. My mother and my biological father, they never married.
Okay.
So I watched my mom marry my stepfather, and God, may he rest in peace. But
rest in peace.
Yes, I saw that happen. And while they were able to form a marriage union, I didn't see a lot of affection. I knew he loved my mother, and out of that union came my brother and sister. And I knew that they loved each other, but sometimes I didn't really see it. So I put in my head, and shout out again, my mom is an amazing woman, but I put in my head, oh no, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Certain things I'm not going to deal with when it comes to a relationship or a marriage, or even with my grandmama, like I don't want to not have a stable relationship, because it's an interesting situation. My grandmother, may she rest in peace too. I wish she could see us doing this. And I will always say, I knew I didn't want to struggle like they did. So I'm just going to do what I feel like I need to do to get the kind of love that I know I deserve and that I want.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So even with that being said, did you guys ever even just sit down, have conversations about relationships or anything, or how did that work in your house?
I would ask questions. We ain't never had let's sit down and talk. Are you interested in dating right now? Or I would just be like, hey, Ma, this boy is fine. I think I like him. And what do you think about that? And yada, yada.
So no real instructions on how to date or anything else like that?
No. And I'm going to ask you those too. I don't think, no. What is instructions on how to date? Like, I think I'll probably have those conversations when I have a child, like, hey, or with your children, like, hey, this is what, if you like a young lady, and I'll tell my daughter, if you like a young man, here are some things to look for. And as a lady, this is what, no, I was taught to be a lady. I was taught how to be a lady.
So you were
the dressing, the appearance, different things like that.
That don't have nothing to do with relationships. That's taught how to be a lady for yourself, right?
Yes. So you gotta talk in the mic, Luther.
Am I talking?
Yes, that's better now because you go like this.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the thing about it, because I know from my standpoint of growing up in a single parent household, my mom, it was all independent everything. All the time. I don't need no man.
Did she say that?
You know, it was just kind of the aura about it. I feel like, that was the first generation of feminists. And that was super independent. Raised 3 boys by herself, and it was always like touted or proud about it. And, worked a lot, was in a lot of different organizations and stuff like that. But for me, as the son growing up in that, it bothered me a lot because it was like, well, you are all up in these different organizations and everything else like that, but I'm at home, and who's home with me? And if it's single, it's just single parent, and ain't no father around, then, it's on one hand, it looks good and everybody's praising on the outside, but a single parent that's, a boss or busy, you don't have time to really, really be at home with your children.
Right. And how do you think that affected you?
Affected me in a lot of different ways. Affected me in relationships. Affected me when it came to my interactions with women. It affected me because, it was always like, well, I'll, church it away, or I'll have mentor it away, or something like that, or sports away. But reality, there's always still a void with my father being gone and not having that real connection or identity to a man that is somebody that I come from.
So, I think a lot of the starting from scratch, again, you didn't want to repeat.
No. Not even close.
So that is part of the why many of us want to start from scratch. I'm going to create my own situation. That's how I'm going to do this my way because I don't want this. So that in essence is the starting from scratch. However, it also can be to our detriment. And why?
Because now you overcompensate. You overcompensate a lot of times, and it's bad for you to overcompensate because when you start overcompensating, you don't understand other perspectives. And we keep teaching independence when in reality we're not. We shouldn't be teaching independence. We should be teaching interdependence, which means that we rely on one another. And you should not get. And sometimes we call independence just being an adult.
Yeah.
And being an adult,
you gotta break that down.
Being an adult means that I can take care of myself. That's what being an adult is. That we shouldn't keep talking this independence like I did it all by myself, because in reality,
just doing what adults do.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Paying your bills
and everything else.
Living in your own place. 100%. Going to work every day.
Yeah,
and you're an adult.
You're an adult. But this whole I'm independent, I don't need no man, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that is so far from the truth. But we have civilized the world so much that you don't even see the world around you to know that you need men. The buildings that are built, all the different custodial things, all the things that nobody else wants to do, they're behind the scenes doing to make sure your life is comfortable. And so and here's the crazy part. All those men get overlooked every day. Because when women say that they can't find a good man, they are looking for a man who is
suited and booted.
They are looking for a white collar man. They will overlook blue collar men.
They don't want
all the time.
Joe the garbage man.
No, so then this is my problem.
They don't want Greg the garbage man.
So you give your youth to your career.
They don't want Peter the plumber.
Nope. And unfortunately,
they want to fix some other pipes. They don't want to. Sorry.
No, and unfortunately, you go ahead and you give your best years to people who don't deserve you. People who really just are passing by.
Because he was suited and booted versus, we're looking at exterior versus somebody's character.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. We ain't looking, we don't look for character anymore.
Now, I always say that a lot of people that may look good on paper, that's it. And that's the kind of gentleman, the majority of the women that I've been in contact with go for. Well, he got this going for himself. He's doing this, he's doing that. And he ain't doing nobody. He doing everybody. He doing everybody.
But then.
But you think, he ain't met me yet.
Hey, listen to me. That stuff ain't changing nobody. Unfortunately.
What stuff? I'm okay.
That stuff ain't changing nobody. Unfortunately, that's what we selling out here.
Yeah.
We selling out here. The less you got on, the more you catch them. But see, you got to remember, it's not about catching them. It's about keeping them.
You know what? That's another topic, another day.
You know,
you can catch them, but can you keep them?
Yeah, so that's the problem that we really, really have.
And here's the thing. I said something one day, Luther, about who chooses who, and women choose. Stop choosing, ladies, because here's the thing. Do we want to propose to y'all? Even if we do choose the men that we choose the men that we may like, but y'all make the final decision.
Well, then that just means that women don't choose.
There you go.
Women are not choosing. And that's the thing about it. I think we have to understand that concept.
I think we want to sound empowered when we say that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, and unfortunately, the empowerment is to our detriment.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you got two people who are constantly jockeying for position, right? No relationship is ever going to work. And do you want your man to be submissive to you? And the answer is no.
Heck no, he gonna call him a simp.
Yeah, exactly.
Sensational.
Hey, and so what? And then you go ahead and cheat on him with somebody who has a lot more masculinity. And so we gotta stop playing and just understand that, hey, just because we are submissive does not mean that we do not get what we actually want out of a relationship. Because submission does come with a lot of perks. Comes with protection and providing.
I'm talking about from the women's side.
Yeah.
Women that are submissive.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a whole no.
You don't listen to me. You don't have, in order to have a soft life.
Come on.
You're going to have a soft attitude.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Soft life equals soft attitude, ladies.
Man,
Cha-ching.
Like it can't, that hard life give you, that hard attitude give you a hard life. And unfortunately, they'll go hit you with, well, I didn't have it like this and this, that, and the third.
But them excuses that need to stop. And because what you start do, if you want to keep singing the same song, you're going to keep getting the same results back from that. You're going to keep singing another sad love song. You're going to keep getting sad relationships. Shout out to Toni Braxton. But you're going to keep doing that, again. And I just want to, I just want to date over and over. And then you're going to become a date machine. And what is that? Eventually lonely and now the money ain't that much. I ain't trying to waste my makeup all the time.
And
I have a process. I like to look good. I got sick of doing that on all them days.
And look, and Father Time is undefeated.
Click.
I don't understand why people don't understand. Listen to me. Men have to build their value. Women are born with their value.
That's something good to say. That's something good to note, because a lot of people think when you're bashing the women, no, we're not bashing.
Not even close.
We're not. We are born with our value. And I think that as we explore more conversations, we'll get into that too.
Yeah. And so it's just one of those things. And it leads us to the next topic of this one is independent mindsets. And listen to me, independent mindsets is the single greatest reason that the Black community right now has a lack of family and a lack of structure. Because nothing is created independently. We are not born independently. Okay. And
somebody said, I was born by myself. I ain't got no twin. I'm just saying what people be.
Yeah, I mean, they can be delusional all they want, but none of that. Listen to me, our bodies are made up 100%.
We're built for companionship.
For companionship. And the more we try to do it by ourselves, our stress goes up.
Yeah.
Our depression goes up. And every other thing goes up. And unfortunately, that is not a good recipe. And so when people keep saying, hey, you know what, I'm gonna do it bad all by myself.
Yes.
Well, you know what, you're gonna do it bad all yourself until the grave.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, that's where we're headed with all this lonely independent stuff.
So I was gonna look up, Luther, the seasonal affective disorder. It's SAD. SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
Okay.
And its symptoms usually include fatigue, depression, hopelessness, and social withdrawal. So that is seasonal affective disorder. It happens like this type of depression is related to changes in seasons and begins and ends at about the same times every year. When does it start? Late fall or early winter. And I just said that this is when most people realize they ain't got nobody. Because them hot girl, hot boy summers, you was outside on these yacht boats with nothing on the yacht, on the boat with your bikini off and bikini on, and then with your Speedo shorts.
Stop doing it.
And they're going, and then they're going. And then fall come, they talking about it's cuffing season. You ain't cuffed nobody because now you looking at social media, you flipping through Instagram, TikTok, scroll, seeing people in matching pajama. You ain't got one.
Yeah. Now, one of the biggest things that I see a lot is the fact that a lot of people disguise their loneliness in a lot of different ways.
They do.
And unfortunately, when you are disguising your loneliness, it can be seen by people who understand what that looks like. And so when we start to hear people walk around and start asking questions like, well, what's going on? And there ain't no good men out here, or there's just, they're not a good pool. What are your criteria? And as you get older,
sometimes over the roof.
No, it's always over the roof. Your criteria is a lot of people, and I'm ladies, this is where I'm going to talk to you directly. Please stop trying to date men based upon your income. And the reason that I'm telling you that, because, the first thing, well, I got a lifestyle and he got to meet or exceed me.
I used to always say that.
And unfortunately, you ain't going to be meeting too many people that's going to exceed you.
Well, so in turn,
I'm just being honest.
In turn, what they say, what am I supposed to settle and date someone that makes less than me? Why are we looking, there we go, looking at what somebody makes versus what their character is like. He could be somebody that is restarting and that wants to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, well.
And he ain't got this, he ain't got that, he got character.
Well, here's the thing. Those are all things that money cannot buy.
And help them out, ladies.
No, they don't want to do that because, remember, they want somebody who is going to...
He got to be ready. He got to be right.
Listen to me. A relationship that is built will last. Mm-hmm. A relationship that you guys just meet and y'all already there are most of the time the ones y'all go straight to the divorce.
What is that? Built to last? I think
built
that's
to last.
4. Is that 4? I don't know.
And all I'm saying is that, unfortunately, if you don't have no equity, you have no sweat equity in this relationship, and I already built. I'm never looking at you like you are going to be with me if anything happens, because let's be honest.
Is that struggle love, though?
No, it ain't struggle love. It's called reality love. Yeah. And when you meet somebody, they ain't going to always be up.
Right.
Somebody may go get sick. Somebody may have surgery.
Right.
And it's something that's going to happen. And at the end of the day, that's called lifing. Mm. And when life is lifing, I think we need to be understanding that, and we Black. Yeah. I don't know how we in the world we up here got all this bouginess like we just talked about starting over.
Well,
and so what, generational wealth? You a first generation that's gonna start over again. So how about we stop fronting? Now, lady, I'm talking to you. We stop fronting. And yes, he may make less than you. And also, too, he may not want to be the superstar rich person, but he may handle his money well. He may have other different attributes that are in alignment with you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest thing that when we start talking about relationships, and I was talking to my wife about this when we started asking, what are relationships built on? Here's the foundation that I'm creating for my household. And I'm, trying to get better every day at it. God, purpose, and alignment.
Okay.
Those 3 things.
The GPA.
The GPA. God, purpose, and alignment. And lady, stop getting with men who have no purpose.
And let me say this, fellas, if your purpose ain't on point, stop trying to date. Get yourself together. It is okay.
Please.
Like legit is okay.
Yes.
And ladies, I'll say that, and because he wasting my time now, fellas, my word, if your purpose ain't right, get yourself together. And if you don't like intention.
Yeah.
If you don't intend to do nothing with her, ladies, but here I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna flip it again. He told you an adult too that he wasn't on nothing, but you thought it because he was fine and he ain't want nothing right now. He say I want a relationship right now. He say not right now. No.
Listen, time is your biggest asset.
Get me started.
Time is your biggest asset, and the biggest thing that we see people do all the time is waste it. And look, and then when they have a breakup, then they go get another degree.
Stop with that.
I'm just saying. I mean, either another degree,
another haircut,
or another haircut,
or they go natural,
or they go to the Great Divide.
Oh, stop talking about the Great.
And then they gotta go ahead and find an empowerment conference, so they can go ahead and pay $10,000 so they can
for somebody else's pocket
for a purse line.
And stop playing. Ooh. And it's January. You know what they getting ready to be doing, these vision board. Whole vision.
Come on.
Then your vision stop in March.
Listen to me.
First, they don't even get out of first quarter, the vision that you pay somebody to go to a vision party.
You can't trip it away.
Okay.
All right. You can't job it away.
Yeah, you go.
You can't organization it away.
Oh, wait.
Sometimes you have to look and see who in the mirror. Sit in it for a minute, right?
Sit in it for a minute. Look in that mirror.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Go get counseling because we all need it.
Number 1.
Because we all battling generational curses that we don't even realize.
Yeah.
And that little girl, that little boy is showing up in y'all relationships and don't even know it.
That's right.
So we're not going to try to hold you too long. This is our first, go at it to have these type of conversations because they're important.
It is.
These are the things that are foundational for relationships. And one of the biggest things that we understand is that if you have no family, you have no culture, and you have no standing in this world because everybody else, that is their foundation of how they move.
Right.
And we got to stop thinking that we can be successfully independent. and wondering why our community looked the way it do, or looked the way it is.
Because you got that singular success. And the thing is, what I've been seeing a lot of, and as we wrap up, the crash out game is real. I'm seeing a lot of people crashing out, and most of them by themselves.
40 mark, and all of a sudden it's like,
nah, shoot, they now and they in them 50s, them late 50s and 60s, crashing. But they crashed out. They are crashing out late 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And you can see it. Like you said, you can't trip it away. I don't care how much your passport, you probably got a brand new one this year because you done stamped out, you know, but you still coming back to you.
And here's the thing too, ladies. When you meet a man, you want to see and figure out what things can you improve in his life. Like for me,
yeah,
I was still shopping. I gotta be honest. I was still shopping at the Macy's counter for fragrances.
Somebody might like the fragrance,
right, but when you start to try to upgrade your game,
yeah,
gotta leave the Macy's Fragrance Center.
I walked them right on up out of there.
And you gotta go to Saks. You gotta go to Niche.
Get you some niche fragrances.
Niche fragrances.
Walk them right on up out of there. But you ain't even one. I ain't got.
But the reason that I'm bringing up this story is the fact that
I saw a way that I could be useful.
And that,
in Luther's life.
And that is so important, fellas. It's not about what just looks good on your arm. It also is what is she willing to invest in you that has zero to do with money.
Right.
All right. Those are what we call intangibles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want to look for, intangibles and alignment.
Absolutely.
We want the same things out of life. And when you are going in the same direction in life, it makes it easier for her to want to submit to you. So purpose, plan, because you ain't getting no woman who's been on her career without a plan and a purpose.
Yes.
And ladies, if he has a plan and a purpose, do the intangibles. I'm telling you.
I always tell ladies that find a way that you can enhance him. And enhance his life. What you mean by that? I bring me to the table. Girl, bye. Let me tell you something. That table, he bought it from Z Gallery, you know, and if my shoppers, you know, that means he got some good money to buy a nice table. He went to West Elm, got some nice furniture and stuff. Don't nobody care. You are not the table. What can you bring him that is enhancement that will, what do we always say? Bringing value. What do you say? Bring things to somebody. What should a woman bring to a man?
Bringing intangibles.
That's another word that you say. That's okay.
Another episode. But either way, because she brings something that you don't possess, that's the key. You can't keep trying to have people
inspire. That's the word.
Inspiration.
Thank you. How can you inspire him? And what's the inspiration? Inspiration comes with bringing things that he don't already have.
Correct.
I ain't gonna give all the secrets. That's for another day. But I will say this, ladies. All men ain't eating no good meal. Cook for them.
Oh man, that's a lost art right now. They've been so independent. They don't even know how to make toast.
I know how to. Some women, we know how to make it. We just don't want to.
Well,
I'll say that. And that right there, that's why you ain't getting that next level of the relationship. All right, I'm gonna go off on my tangent.
But here's the other thing. But when when it comes to other races, I'm gonna tell you right now, they understand exactly what they need.
You think?
Oh, I know so, because that's what they taught.
Okay.
They taught you.
Well, hopefully we can teach some of our people some different things.
Well, we have to.
I cut y'all.
Yes, you did. It's okay. We got to lose the pride.
Okay. We're going to talk more about that.
We got to lose the pride because you know what? Whether men or women, pride comes before destruction.
That's the way we're going to wrap it up right there. Pride comes before the fall, before destruction. We're going to talk about it some more.
We are going to definitely talk about it, and let's talk about it. This is our first episode.
Yes.
Hopefully you got some good jewels, some nuggets that we put in here. We're going to be having these conversations. We're going to actually be bringing callers on here too as well. So we're going to be having these type of conversations.
Okay.
Unfiltered.
Yes.
But real, raw, because we believe that these conversations are not only going to hurt you, but they're eventually going to heal you.
All right. It's your girl, Samantha, and my husband,
Luther.
Let's talk about it, y'all. First episode. Hopefully y'all join us next time.
Peace.